Today we're back with another video where I chat about things that I was influenced to buy and unfortunately that I do regret buying them. Yeah. I haven't filmed one of these videos in 6 months, so I have, lived my life for the last 6 months. I've purchased things here and there. I do think I'm getting better about unnecessary purchases, I will say. But regardless, I thought that I would let you know some things that I was influenced to buy and maybe even like watch or read that I don't think are worth the hype, that I do unfortunately regret, or maybe by me sharing my experience, you don't have to buy it and waste your money kind of thing, So kick back, relax, grab yourself a little snack, a little drink, and enjoy my list of things that I was influenced to buy that I do sadly regret, and some of them I actually hate. First up, from the home category, I've actually been, curating a lot of home things over the last year because my boyfriend and I are splitting time between 2 states at the moment. And so I've been trying to buy as much stuff secondhand as I can, but there have been like furniture pieces and things that we have bought. And the very first thing, I was influenced from the jump right when I saw it, and it is this trundle guest bed setup. I saw someone share this maybe on TikTok. I immediately went to their linking page and I bought everything. I was like, this is the perfect solution because it's just like a twin size bed or a little day bed when it's not pulled out, and then you can pull the trundle out and it becomes a king size bed, which is wonderful. I just like to give my guests a lot of space, and so I was like, this is the perfect solution, and it was in the beginning. I really love it, but what I will say is it is really convenient for the most part, but it squeaks to all hell. It is the squeakiest bed, and you would think that if you sell a metal bed that you would sell little like washers to put in between, but I was like, it's fine. Their directions don't say it needs it, so we don't need it. And then, time goes on, more and more people sleep on it. You can't even sit on that thing and move this much without It is the bane of my existence. I hate it so much. So every time we have guests stay, we feel bad about it. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna take the whole thing apart. We've purchased rubber and felt washers, and we're just gonna put washers in between that whole thing. So we have to basically disassemble the whole thing and put it back together again. I know that that's like a very first world problem, okay? I get it. Every time I've ever bought like a wood frame, there's never been an issue. So it's just something that slipped my mind, but also I feel like if you sell a product, you should probably just like make sure that it's good. It's still a bed that we're gonna keep, obviously, and use. I mean, maybe at some point we'll sell it on Marketplace and like try to find something else secondhand, but for now it really does work well for the actual function part. But man, that's just really annoying to me. So if you are considering doing a little trundle guest bed setup, probably avoid a metal one, and definitely avoid the one I got. This next one actually breaks my heart because I love it so much, but it's just disappointed me and I'm mad. It's actually quite literally right next to me right now, and it is this freaking Costco viral desk chair. It's beautiful, okay? It was affordable. It's got this really soft, kind of almost velvety material. It's comfy. You can crisscross your legs in it, which is my dream scenario. I'm a crisscross girly, always have been. But when I tell you, again, we're seeing a pattern here, it squeaks. It squeaks every time I move. It squeaks every time I sit up. It squeaks every time I sit down. It squeaks when I lean back. It squeaks when I lean forward. It is a nightmare. I have tried everything. I've tried taking it apart. I've tried adding little oils. I've tried buying things. And I did the same thing for a different office chair that I purchased that again was supposed to be this amazing office chair. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I like the magnet for squeaky furniture? I don't understand. So now I'm gonna have to either figure out a third desk chair option in the last like 3 years, or I'm just gonna have to go back to like a regular chair. I have no idea where the happy medium is going to be, but I can tell you right now that I loved this thing, and I still do, but I don't understand. I don't get it. So if anyone can give me some pointers and some tips about what I'm doing wrong, or if there's anything that I can do to remedy this. I've tried tightening it, I've tried loosening it, I've tried doing all of the things, and it's not working. Okay, I can't remember if I've talked about this or not. I don't think I have because I talk about it so much on my vlog channel. If you watch my vlogs, you already know what I'm gonna say. It's the ice maker. It's the ice maker dupe. I hate it so much. About a year ago, my boyfriend and I bought a dupe for a really popular Pebble ice machine from Costco as well, but I don't fault Costco for this because it's the brand. I don't remember the brand name, but I'll put it on the screen. Anyways, it's a dupe for another one. We got it for our place in California and we're just gonna gift gift it to family when we're done with it. So we're kind of just like temporarily using it. But when I tell you that thing is so loud and so annoying, I'm just realizing all of this list so far has just been things that make noise. It's scary up here, okay? I don't like it.
It's terrifying, yeah.
But I truly cannot tell you how much of a deep-seated rage I feel for this ice maker. Every time it turns on, I'm like, oh no, absolutely not. I think because we have like a relatively small kitchen space, it just is a small room and it amplifies the sound really loudly, but it is like unnecessary, you know? And Americans, we are just absolutely over the top about our ice. I know that. I can't help it. It's just embedded in me at this point, and I just need my crispy drinks at all points of time. Because although it does work, it's really quick and easy to set up, it's really easy to clean, it's so much more convenient than like the popular GE Opal ice maker that I still really, really love and recommend. It's like a 1/7 of the price or something like that, or less. And so I love it for that aspect, but it's just annoying. So if you have like a pantry situation that you're able to put it in, or somewhere where it's not gonna be out in your main area and make noise, go for it. But I strongly recommend checking out some other options because although it's affordable, it's annoying. Next, for the tech category, I thought of a couple different tech items that I truly do regret buying. Number one being something that I returned, but I am gonna talk about it anyways because I just got a little too big for my britches for a second. And this is a camera called the Fujifilm X100VI camera, and it was just way too advanced for me. That's really, we're cutting to the chase there. I was influenced by a couple people that I saw online who like have photographer husbands or who are very well versed when it comes to cameras and know a lot of different settings to use. And I mean, I screenshotted everything. I was doing all of the different settings, and when I took the pictures, they looked so bad. I was like, there's simply no way I paid this much money for this. I was considering it like a total investment piece, a camera that I was gonna have for the rest of my life. And it was kind of like angled as a film camera without the film, because that's a whole other beast that I don't want to get involved with. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect solution. It's just like an heirloom piece, as they say. And then, you know, I started using it and I was like, oh, absolutely not. Like, this is just simply not for me, and I am not a camera girly. Believe it or not, even though I film on a camera every day for my job, it is the bane of my existence. I'm so bad at using cameras. I cannot tell you how many different online courses I've taken and research I've done and notes I've written, and it's just not sticking, love. I don't get it. And I already know that I'm not gonna get better at this, so let's just go ahead and return it real quick and get my money back, and thank God I was able to. It was still in immaculate condition. I didn't even take it out of the house, but yeah, it was just a lesson learned on like the fact that I'm always trying to test out new cameras and they never seem to be good enough for me, so it's like I just need to stop doing that altogether. You know, and this was almost a year ago that this happened, so it's definitely in the past, but yeah, I won't be buying any new cameras anytime soon. Okay, this one's kind of random because I purchased this like 6 years ago, but I'm telling you right now, I never use it, so that's why it's on this list. It has nothing to do with like the fact that it's not good. It has everything to do with I was feeling, you know, full of myself. No, I'm kidding, but I thought that this would be a really useful thing to have for my office setup, and I never, ever use it. And that's an iMac. That is a desktop Mac computer that I bought in like, I think the springtime of 2020. I had kind of gotten like the first little bit of success on YouTube, and I wanted to make a big girl purchase and really invest in like having a desk setup where I could edit and I could not have to worry if my laptop was gonna run out of memory and I was gonna have to figure that out. It was just this big honking computer that stayed stationary all the time, and I was like, this is gonna be the best thing ever. I had used my dad's in the past, like my dad always had ones that I had borrowed, and so this was my first one that I had purchased like on my own, and I was so excited about it. And I mean, I did use it for like a little bit, but honestly, I never do. I don't think I've used it in probably 4 years. And now it's just sitting here and it's a burden, and now I have to figure out how to wipe the whole thing and maybe if I can resell it, but at this point it's 6 years old, so I may have to just like see if Apple will purchase it back for like pennies, you know? So it's just one of those things where I was like, I was so certain that I was gonna use it all the time, and it's been long enough, it's been over half a decade for me to realize that no, I'm just a laptop girly. I need to be mobile, I need to be able to pop around around from room to room. Sometimes I'm on the couch, sometimes I'm at my desk, sometimes I'm in bed. Like, it just totally depends. And so I need to be able to move around, and I'm just gonna be a laptop girl forever. So now I've got a good laptop that has like a lot more memory. I have really good external hard drives, and we're making it work. So yeah, it's completely dependent on the person, but I do not think I got my money's worth for how expensive that thing was. I mean, we're talking big girl purchase. I don't think I got my money's worth for how much I've used it. Next, for the fashion category, I have a few things that I have purchased either recently or months ago or a year ago or whatever, and I will say I've gotten a lot better with the fashion thing because a lot of times I'll just return stuff or I'll just kind of avoid it because I know that I'm gonna get in this cycle of like never wearing it. But these were some things that didn't work out. The first one being one of my most recent purchases, which is a pair of striped capris from Urban Outfitters. These are actually so cute, but they look so stupid on me. I actually filmed a vlog recently where I went to the mall and I just sort of popped around to different stores and I picked out a few things. I didn't try them on because I had just filmed a fitting room video and I just didn't want to try anything else on. So I brought everything home, tried it on, and these capris were part of them. And I think they're cute, but it's just like the way that they look on me. I first of all don't think they're the right size. Second of all, the stripes don't align and they're just kind of off in the way that they were made. Like, I don't think they're very well made. And I've been trying to find ways to make them work. I'm like, maybe I could wear them with like a really baggy shirt so it covers the front portion and then you don't have to see the kind of funky parts or where it's like baggier in the crotch. I don't know. It's just, I made a mistake. I should have returned it. I got stubborn. I was like, no, I'm gonna make these work. You know, I wasn't 100% about them when I brought them home, but I was being stubborn and I ripped off the tags. I was like, after I wash them, they'll fit fine. No, they don't. They don't fit fine. And now I'm stuck with them. So I'm either gonna have to just wear them as around the house pants, or maybe I can resell them somewhere where someone will fit better into them. But yeah, I do unfortunately regret buying them, even though I still stand behind the fact that I think they're really cute. It's just, it was a mistake to not return them. So that was my bad. This next one makes me really sad because I love it so much, but I have grown out of like my baggy t-shirt phase. And so this has nothing to do with the shirt itself. It's more a me thing, but this is a Mary-Kate and Ashley t-shirt by Not All Geminis. It's such an iconic shirt, but I just don't like the way it looks on me. Don't like the way it fits me. I don't like any of the ways I've styled it, and I cannot figure out how to wear this thing. It's a t-shirt, mind you, okay? But I do regret buying it. It was like $32, which isn't crazy expensive for a t-shirt, but also it's just one of those things. I fall into a pattern sometimes where I buy these like kind of expensive t-shirts and then I never style them because I can't figure out how to wear them in a cute way anymore. I don't know what it is. I gravitate much more towards a single stitch material or just a much more thin kind of flowy t-shirt, and this is like a pretty thick cotton. It's good quality, again, nothing against the brand. I just regret buying it because I've never worn it. I've probably had it for 7-8 months at this point, honestly maybe longer, and it's just such a cool shirt that I'm like, okay, wait, so now do I cut it? Do I make it like a off the shoulder thing? Do I make it a tank top? Do I make it a cropped tee? I don't really know, but I don't know, I feel like I've lost my touch. I don't know how to style t-shirts like this anymore without them just looking not right on me. So yeah, I do regret buying this because I have simply never, not once, worn it since I got it. All right, I'm gonna put 2 different items in this same little spot right here because it has nothing to do with like the actual shoes themselves. It has to do with the fact that they hurt me, and this is 2 different pairs of boots. I got a cropped pair of boots. They're kind of like a campus style boot from Free People maybe like 2 years ago. And then I got a biker style boot from Target, again, maybe 2-3 years ago. And when I tell you that these hurt me, it's because of the seam on the inside of the boot, if that makes sense. I am just such a sensitive girl, but the most recent time I wore the Free People boots, I had kind of like almost chafing going on, sort of towards the top of like where the boot is and where it meets my leg. Like every time I walked, it would just kind of rub against my leg. And then the same thing for the biker boots. It was up here and there was like a borderline like scab. It was crazy. I was like, what is going on? And it was only on one side. So I might look into seeing if there's some sort of like, I don't know, tape or something that I can put on the inside of my boots, or if I can like pay someone to sew something in there. I don't really know what my options are, and I've never heard anyone else talk about this before. So it's like, sure, the solution is wear socks or whatever, but then it doesn't look good. So I don't know. Please let me know your thoughts and your tips down below. I do think I'm still gonna keep these and make them work because they're both adorable, but I'm just like, I don't know how to figure that part out. I don't want to wear shoes that literally like chafe my legs. That's kind of crazy. Okay, this one hurts me to say because I actually really do like these, but again, I just haven't found ways to style them and wear them enough to where I feel like it's worth it. And I've noticed a pattern with the sneakers with me, okay? We'll talk about that, but these are the Nike Cortez sneakers. I think they're so cute. They're extremely comfortable. I really, really like the shoes. The only thing about it is I kind of wish I got a different color. So it's not the shoes themselves, it's just I don't wear them enough in this black color. I already have a black pair of Sambas with white stripes. I don't know what I was thinking buying this pair. I wish I had gone for like a pink or a red or a green or something a little more vibrant. And I think I was like kind of trying to do the opposite of what I've done in the past, because with my ADHD, I tend to like hyper focus on things and then kind of never use or wear them again. It's like definitely something I'm always continuing to work on, but I noticed that I was doing that a lot with sneakers. I was getting these like colorful pairs of sneakers and then I wasn't wearing them, and then it was like I got over it and then I sold them and whatever. So I was like, maybe if I get something more neutral, that'll be better. But I got something that I already kind of have. So I just wish that I had gotten something else. Even there's like I think a cream ivory color that has maybe like red and blue on it. That would be cool too, something unique and different. So yeah, I just wish that I had gotten a different color. So I may end up reselling these. I switched out the laces to laces, and I do think that helps a lot, but I just never reach for them. They're cute with the right type of outfit, but it has to be very specific, and they're not like a grab and go everyday sneaker like I thought they would be. So I do kind of regret it, especially because they were like over $100. Last in the fashion category is this set of claw clips that are for your hair. They're so cute. They're from Leffler Randall. They're adorable. I saw these. I thought about them for a while. It was $75 for 2 of them. But they're like made of metal. They're really high quality. And I got them. I wore them for like a day and I was like, oh no. Yeah, no, this was a mistake. I regret it. I have just struggled so much with claw clips and I want to like them. I want to wear them. I want to be a claw clip girly, and it just never quite looks right on me. I think especially since I cut a bob about a year or so ago, it's just not been sitting right. And so I just decided to return these again. I wore them like one time and I was like, that's enough. You know, I've got to bring myself back down to earth a little bit. I do not in any universe need to be spending $75 on a hair clip. That's insane. So yeah, I do regret buying these. I was just influenced by so many of the cute Pinterest hairstyles I was seeing, and I was like, I'm gonna recreate all of those, and then I recreated them. It was not cute. So I've been working on my claw clip technique a little bit, and I think it's gotten better, and my hair has grown a lot more since then as well. But yeah, no, this was a huge fail, huge regret. Should never have purchased it. Next up for the beauty category, we have a couple hair products to start off with. First, I will preface by saying that I have been testing out the Abby Young method for the last like 6 months or so. I'm gonna film like a sit down main channel video that will be coming out soon, kind of going over my whole experience, how it's worked for me, etc. But in that process, I have trialed and errored a lot of different products, and a couple of these are on that list. And unfortunately, it really has nothing to do with the products themselves. It's the smell. So the first one is the L'Oreal Elvive shampoo and conditioner. This is in the purple bottle, and brother, this stuff stinks. I don't know how to describe the smell of this. Like, it's chemically, it's not nice, it doesn't smell fresh, it doesn't smell like salon products, it just stinks. I probably used it 2 to 3 times before I was like, why am I doing this? I don't like it. So now it's just sitting under my cupboard and I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it. Like, I'm sure it works fantastic, but I've since switched to the L'Oreal Everpure, and I like that a lot better. I've used that in the past as well. But if you are sensitive to smells and like really heavily scented products, I would definitely recommend staying away from the L'Oreal Elvive, or at least the purple one, because especially the conditioner. No. Next up for another hair product, this one is sort of an all-in-one heat protectant, leave-in conditioner, etc. And this is by Pureology. It's called the Color Fanatic Heat Protectant and Leave-In Conditioner. And again, it smells. It smells. It's so perfumey. It's so like, I don't even know. I use it because I have it. I'm trying to use it up. It's a huge bottle. It lasts a really long time, but I so much more prefer the smell of like It's a 10 leave-in miracle product or whatever it's called. I don't know if that's under the Abby Young approved products, but I don't mind a strong scent if it's like very clean smelling, if it's very salon quality, like herbal kind of scents. I don't mind it even if it's like fruity or whatever, but the second we lean into powdery or perfumey, I'm out. So yeah, I do regret this. It was expensive as well, and I would much rather go with just like a L'Oreal or something like that. So I will be switching to that, but I'm just trying to use it up in the meantime. I have to sit with what I did. All right, next up for a makeup product, I actually saw someone I follow on Instagram recommend this combo of products and were like, my skin has never looked better, I look fantastic, I'm not creasing, I don't see any of my pores, like I look phenomenal. And I was like, yeah, say less. And this is called the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. I have become so much more of a creasy, oily girl the older I've gotten. And you know, I'm nearing the end of my 30s at this point, and I will crease in my eyelids, I will crease around my nose, I'll crease in my chin, like under my eyes. Oh my god, it's terrible. And so I'm always trying to play around with and find products that work well for maturing skin, and this was just not it for me personally. And yeah, this foundation's like $48, so it's not just like a, oh, I tried a new drugstore foundation and it didn't work out, no big deal kind of thing. It's like 50 bucks, you know, that's kind of a lot. So sometimes all you can do with makeup products is test it out and see if it works or not. I know Sephora has a really good return policy, but I just don't feel comfortable returning used products like makeup. If it's a camera that I've taken a picture on before, then that's fine. But yeah, just so I'm stuck with it, I'm gonna try to use it when I can. I also got the wrong shade, so that doesn't help. It's not terrible, but it's just not my favorite. And then the next product, which was the combo that we're talking about, is this Haus Labs concealer. Now let me tell you, I love Lady Gaga. This has nothing to do with her. But this concealer is $32. It's called the Triclone Skin Tech Hydrating and Depuffing Concealer with Fermented Arnica. Okay, love that. And I think it's specifically meant to be more of an under eye concealer, and I don't notice any difference between that concealer or when I use like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Like I feel like no matter what I use, it creases on me. No matter the method that I use, it creases on me. No matter the powder that I set it with, it creases on me. But lesson learned, and that's just sort of what you gotta do with foundations and face products. Maybe next time I'll go to Sephora and ask for like a sample or something like that. But yeah, I do regret buying both of those. I'm so sorry. The very last category is entertainment, because there are a couple things that I saw everyone talking about or that was recommended, and I tried it and I was disappointed, to say the least. The first one is a book by one of my favorite authors. Honestly, I love reading her books. Well, I've maybe only read like 3 of them, but I love what I've read so far. And so I was recommended this book by Lisa Jewell called The Family Upstairs, and it was interesting. It was definitely one of the first books in a while where I considered like low-key not finishing. I am not really a DNF girly when it comes to reading. Like I will power through. It's just like a mental problem really with me. I'm just like, no, I've got the sunken cost fallacy thing in my head. I'm like, I have to finish this. And that's kind of how I felt when I was reading it. It took me a really long time to get into it. Then when it ended on such an odd note that kind of alluded to another book coming, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to read the other book. I don't want to know what happens. I wanted it to be kind of wrapped up and moved on. And unfortunately, yeah, I wasn't that into it. I thought it was odd. I didn't like it. It was eerie. It made me feel funny. I do think that there are other books of hers that are really, really wonderful. I just think this one personally wasn't for me. So if you really loved it, I'm so happy for you. Just not my fave. And last but not least, we have the Reminders of Him movie. How do I say this nicely? It sucked. There you go. How am I gonna word this? If you're not familiar, it is based off of a Colleen Hoover book, which I actually did read like probably 4 years ago or something like that. And Colleen Hoover is a great option if you're first getting back into reading. It's like very easy page turners, but after a while it's sort of just like, okay, this isn't like fantastic, but also don't let anyone shame you about the books you want to read. I have read Colleen Hoover books before, probably like 10 of them, and I did enjoy them at the time, most of them. But anyways, they made it into a movie and I got really excited, and so I watched it. We had a little girls' night where Drew's mom and sister and sister-in-law and niece and I watched it, and yeah, I absolutely hated it and I do not recommend anyone watches it. So anyways, those are all of my things that I have bought or used or watched or read that I do not recommend. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to see more de-influencing videos in the future, let me know in a comment. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all of my love and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!